Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Make Our World Your Runway. This show is not only about pageantry, but it's about fashion, modeling, entertainment, and even the business industry. And before we introduce our amazing guest today, I mean, she's absolutely amazing. What you see her and listen to our story, there's always a few reminders that we like our listeners to know to subscribe to the Global Trade Chamber YouTube channel so you can view Make Our World Your Runway and the GTC success stories. The 100 Successful Women in Business book is available at Amazon and Target, and I highly recommend that you pick up a copy of that book and read the many accomplishments of these amazing, successful women. And available every Monday, the Global Trade Chamber magazine, fabulous stories from a group of fabulous women. And the big and exciting announcement is registrations are now open for the next round of awards for 100 Successful Women in Business, which will be held in London, England, this August 24th to the 28th. That's one event you do not want to miss. We're going to have a fabulous fashion show. There's going to be an expo. It's absolutely exciting. And if you know of a successful woman and you'd like to nominate her that you think has an amazing story, absolutely go ahead and do so. And if you feel you have great accomplishments yourself, do not hesitate. So once again, London 24th, I will be there, and hopefully we will bring you a spectacular fashion show that people will be talking about for a long time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to get on to my guest. First of all, to all my pageant ladies out there, listen up, okay? This lady is absolutely fantastic. She won the Mrs. World crown in December of 2019, and she said that was one of the biggest achievements of her life. She's against all odds that she won because she said she had no experience in pageantry. And you want to know something? A lot of girls that don't have experience, the first they go in, they absolutely win. She was a mentor to all contestants. And her main focus now is empowerment. And under empowerment entity, her first step is she has started 2 nonprofit projects, which are very impressive, which I read up on, which she's going to tell you about. One is, if I'm pronouncing it right, it's 𝐏𝐴TA, and the other one is 𝐏𝐚𝐠𝐞𝐬, if I'm saying that correctly. And one of the things that I found that's very impressive, and Sri Lanka happens to be near and dear to my heart because I have any friends there. She's on a mission to be building back a strong economy for Sri Lanka after the pandemic. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you and bring on as my guest the beautiful, wonderful, and talented Jurie. Welcome, Caroline, to Make Our World Your Runway.
𝐼𝐴 Vanakkam, hello world. A hello to all Sri Lankans living here in my beautiful country and all who are living around the world. A warm hello to all beauty queens who have won a crown and who have worked hard to try to win a crown. I want to express my dismay over the recent actions that led to controversy. I have no personal anger with anyone. I have no agendas. To me, all contestants at the Mrs. Sri Lanka final were special. I only wanted a fair stage and an equal opportunity for all contestants so that they could give their best. I do not favor anyone, and I will always stand for what I believe is right. If those actions compromise the values that Mrs. World Inc. stands for, I truly feel for the lovely people who gave me a fair chance to compete on the stage, world stage, and win the Mrs. World 2020 title. If my actions hurt the feelings of any past or current winners of international or national crowns, I do feel what you are feeling right now. Every beauty pageant has a set of rules and regulations. What I was pushing from the very beginning was a fair stage, where rules and regulations are equal to all. Rules aren't there for us to find loopholes so that we can win at any cost. I believe rules and regulations are there to serve a purpose. Having raised my voice from the very beginning, and since my voice was unheard, I stepped down from the judge panel a day before the contest. The stand I took is the stand I took to serve the purpose. As I see it, the purpose of Mrs. World is to celebrate all women who are married and still strive to conquer their dreams along with the commitments and responsibilities a married woman strives to fulfill. Along with all her fulfillments and commitments, she still manages to look after herself and is willing to go on stage to win a crown. And she does it through hard work, merit, spirit, and purpose. The Mrs. World pageant was not created to discriminate, divorce, or separate women, but to celebrate the dreams of the married woman. Any woman, despite her military status, is a queen, and every queen has a stage that she can compete on. All these different competitions have their own rules and regulations. In the run-up to the Mrs. Sri Lanka event, I saw commitment, hard work from the contestants. This motivated me even more as I worked very hard with all of them to bring out their best. I always shared my knowledge and learning with contestants because of long and winding path I have taken towards achieving the Mrs. World 2020 title. There is much to share. This year, Mrs. Sri Lanka will be hosting the Mrs. World Finals. When we do, we'll be welcoming contestants from all over the world, and Mrs. Sri Lanka too will compete to win the crown again on the world stage. I believe it's my duty to mentor and to work with Mrs. Sri Lanka and give her my best to see her reach her greatest potential so that she will have a fair chance to win the crown. As a Sri Lankan woman who won the Mrs. World title, my purpose to make sure she has an equal opportunity. Even after I hand over the crown, my commitment to my purpose will continue, along with my commitments to my family life. What matters is not how I hand over the crown I'm wearing, but how I use the crown to serve a greater purpose to the world I live in and represent as a Mrs. World 2020. I know I burst a few bubbles, created conversation and even a discussion about class and values that a queen wearing crown should stand for. If class is defined by how one behaves in the eye of the public, I will let you draw this conclusion to that. But if class is also defined by how you behave when no one is watching you, and what values you stand by, that is the true task of character. Even if I have to lose the crown for the values I stand for, I believe I am serving the purpose the Mrs. World crown stands for. Values are deep-rooted. They cannot be measured by outer appearance or monetary values. I stand for values, even if it means to stand alone in the front of disaster. We often hope for change, but we stop short of taking action. When we have to stand for something, even if it means we have to stand alone, we must find the courage to do so. We often decide not to take a stand because of the risk of losing what we have worked hard to achieve. Yet, I believe that if we have to lose something so that we can give another woman an opportunity to compete on a stage with a purpose that is equal fair to all, then we must take that stand. I believe A crown has to serve a purpose, and I will always stand for a fair and equal opportunity. I am now ready to hand over the crown. After all, one fair chance is all a woman needs. Thank you.
And right now, a very special ritual as the new Mrs. World sash and crown are transported onto the stage by Westgate's famous Master Butler Extraordinaire, Valentino Crespo. Valentino? Always a pleasure, sir.
And our auditors. Oh, we have the final ballot.
Best of luck, ladies.
Oh my God, Gordy. So nervous. And our second runner-up is Virgin Islands.
All right, ladies. One of you is going to be the first runner-up. The other is our brand new Mrs. World 2020. As you know, if for any reason...
Hi, Angela. Hi, everyone.
How are you, Caroline?
I'm doing great, Angela. Thank you for having me.
Great. What time was it there? I know it's 12 noon here. I'm sorry?
In Sri Lanka, it's 9:18 p.m. in the night.
Sri Lanka.
9:18
9:18.
p.m.
Okay. Well, anyway, 9:18. Big time difference. But anyway,
Yes.
I want to congratulate you that in 2019 you did win the crown of Mrs. World. That was a great accomplishment.
Thank you so much.
And I understand that the pageant was in Las Vegas.
Yes.
What was it like going to the pageant? Because you said you had no pageant experience. So what was that like for you, and especially winning the crown?
Oh my gosh. Let me start from my visa got rejected twice, and I was like so desperate, and I was so upset because it was my first time, and I had no sponsors, and it was my family members who helped me to get my cash as well. And it was really tough, and it was very first time that I was going. I will be traveling to USA for the very first time, and my husband visa got rejected also, and it's only by myself. And it was, I think I went three exits from Sri Lanka to Qatar to Las Vegas, Las Vegas to Los Angeles to Las Vegas. So it was three transit. I went by myself. It was very tough journey. But I didn't want to give up because I know how hard I came to this level. So when my visa got rejected twice and I applied for the fourth time, it failed, and I said somehow I'm going to do it. And when I got the visa, I think 2 days I was late for the competition. And when I went there, I didn't have a makeup artist, so I have to get someone who lives in USA. So it was a bit challenging for me,
Right.
because the skin, not like my own nationality, Sri Lankan makeup artist that I would take with me, but unfortunately I have taken USA. It was a bit challenging for me, but somehow I managed to get through it. And I still remember I only took 4 pair of shoes, because it's difficult to find my size in Sri Lanka. That's the truth. And even my final dress, it was done by a young, talented university guy who did my final dress for the very low cost amount, because that was the time I can only budget and take it. So when I went there, it was very new experience, seeing the contestants. It was very much challenging, but I told to myself that I'm not going to give up. I came all the way here. I'm going to give my 100% effort, and I'm representing my country. So I'm going to make my country proud. And definitely the support what I got from my family members, my husband, it was very much important at that time. And it was the very first pageant that I went, so somehow I did it by not giving up and having faith. And main thing is the confidence, that's the main thing. And I prepared mentally that even whatever challenge I go, that I will do my best. That was my main goal.
That I love that story, and I applaud you because you had a lot of
Thank
challenges,
you.
but you went there. I mean, your husband couldn't get a visa. You had to go by yourself.
No.
You didn't have any sponsors. I read that you had to take a loan and get a collect from family. So you were persistent.
Yeah.
You kept knocking on the door, but you got to Vegas and you won that title. And that is a story that every pageant woman should hear. Girls in my pageant, girls in other pageants, any international, national pageant. You never, ever want to get up. Remind me of myself. I mean, when I was in the entertainment business, and, I'd go on a lot of auditions. They wouldn't take me. Some they would. And one of the last auditions that I went on, which was for Disney World, and I was a little disappointed. And I had a friend of mine that day say to me, "Don't be disappointed." He said, "Go around the corner." He said, "Because they're doing auditions for Phantom of the Opera." And I said, "Oh, forget it. I'll never get that." And he said, "Just go." He said, "I have a good feeling." Sure enough, I went. They were looking for an understudy. By the time I got home, I got the phone call that I was the understudy for Phantom of the Opera. So you never give up. And that was a great
Wow.
story that you just told. Yeah. So it's great. And I know now that your main focus is empowerment.
Exactly.
Okay. And you started 2 nonprofit projects. And the one that I was reading about, if I'm saying it right, is it Jata or Jata?
Jata.
Jata. Okay. And
It's
it means
Jata.
cloth that's tied on the head, protect you from the hunt. Explain to us what that nonprofit's about.
Okay, so during the lockdown period, the character team and I, we met and we were discussing. It was like a random chat when you meet your team. So it was very much excited that meeting back after lockdown for quite long period. And we were just having a chat, and this idea came. So because in Sri Lanka, when you see a person, especially ladies, like when they wear a scarf on their head, they have been branded, or they have been highlighted that that person is going to chemotherapy. So
Yes, I see.
we
Yes.
came in this idea that those people who are fighting, bravely fighting cancer, they need to be strong in mentally, because especially for ladies, like when they start losing their hair, it's more shocking that it's very hard for them to accept themselves. So we came up with this idea, like, why don't we take it as a fashion statement? So people like us wearing a scarf on our head, and when we also wearing a scarf and going out, people will not know who is facing cancer, who is wearing as a fashion statement. So by doing that, we
Right.
are mentally encouraging them and giving them the strength to fight the battle. So Jata, I have 2 physical stores right now, one in Gourmet Boutique. I should thank Ashra for giving me the place, and other one is in One Godface, Catapulta brand. It's in One Godface, Catapulta Cation. I should thank her also. And definitely we are looking international as well, beyond Sri Lanka, because it's not only Sri Lanka facing this problem, the entire world, the nation is facing the problem. So we want to take as a fashion statement to
Yes.
encourage people who are bravely fighting cancer.
That is beautiful. And when I was in the hospital about a month or so ago, and I was pretty sick. I was fighting an infection. Thank God, not COVID, but I was fighting a different type of infection. And
Okay.
I just didn't have the strength to get up and do my hair. So there was a nurse who was very fashionable. She took a scarf and she put it on my head. And it just looked so nice. And like you say, it made someone feel better about themselves. And I felt
That's
so much better
exactly.
about myself because now I felt that, well, I'm sick, but at least I look a little fashionable. Okay. And by doing that, I just got better. And within 3 days, I was back on my feet and out of the hospital. So sometimes it's not only the medical attention you get, but it's that personalized attention you get, and you make a person feel good, and there's other people out there that care about you. So that is a great empowerment and a nonprofit group to start. I definitely applaud you for
Also,
that, because
exactly.
yeah,
And
you never
also
know when you
they
see a
will
woman with
also know
stuff
that
on their head. You don't.
exactly, and also they will know that there are people out there supporting them, so they will not give up in their lives. So they know that there are people
Exactly.
supporting and wearing the scarf because of mentally we want them to fight this battle. So, and 100% profit goes to Indira Cancer Trust. They are incredible
I
work they
read that.
do. Dr. Lanka Disanaika, she does incredible work. She has a separate hospital that way she takes care of cancer patients and everything. So 100% profit goes to Indira Cancer Trust. So all my empowerment brand are non-profit.
That is absolutely fabulous. Now you've got another project, if I'm saying this correctly, 𝐏𝐚𝐠𝐿, which means small up, and it's
It's
continuously going through economic challenges since COVID hit.
so it's
So
in
tell us
single
about
you
that
call
other
it.
nonprofit.
Okay, so in single you call it Podikade. So that's Podikade is small business, a small shop. So during same as during lockdown period, so many micro level home based businesses got affected so badly, and especially the micro level and home based businesses is being run by women. So they work tremendously. They give their time and they work, the housework, everything. They handle the entire pressure. So the team and I, we decided to open up like a platform, Podicarding social media platform, and let them to advertise their business and to promote their businesses as well. But during, I have been a bit busy with the Jata project, but now I will be focusing in Podikade because right now Sri Lanka is going through a very tough time, financial crisis. So I'll be focusing this year, especially for Podikade. And there are so many people who contacted us who are well marketers who wants to share their knowledge, because having a business is not enough. You need to have the knowledge how to make it may grow the business bigger and how you can export to different countries. So we'll be providing. We had a session also for those members in Podikade website, that we gave them the training that how you can make your business grow. You can explore or grow, make your business more bigger, and how you can in finance side, they get the training. It's not only like selling a product. You should exactly know how you can make it expand the business. So we are giving that as well. We gave a session. So this year mainly I will be focusing on Podikade, because our fellow Sri Lankan, especially the micro home-based businesses, they need this support.
Yes, and you know what? That's great that you do that, because I know I have read it, and that Sri Lanka is really going, since COVID, bad economic times. We're still struggling here in the States. It's getting a lot better, but with all the lockdowns with COVID, prices are up. Things are just, supply chains are not where they should be. We can't get things in. We're able to export out, but we can't in. So it is, I mean, this was something that was worldwide. It hit around when something that hit where we normally can come out of things a lot faster, but it's still a struggle. So, and I can only imagine that Sri Lanka has gone through that, and I think some of the things that you're doing is absolutely excellent. So I applaud you for that. Your work is absolutely amazing. Now
Thank
another
you,
thing
Inshallah.
I have read is that um, through the pageant industry, you would like to give back to Sri Lanka and make Sri Lanka almost like a limelight for pageantry, okay, which would be a great destination for international pageants. So I think that's great. And we would love to help you with that, especially with Miss International World, because we've had a few ladies from Sri Lanka that have competed with us, and they were absolutely amazing. So we definitely hope to get another lady back to Sri Lanka. And we definitely want you at Miss International World Pageant to be a judge
Thank
and to
you.
be an inspiration to all of our ladies.
Thank you so much. Yeah, because I believe, Angela, that I came to this industry, I came to this limelight because of my pageant industry, and I need to give back to the society. So I believe Sri Lanka is a beautiful country. It's beyond that. There is beaches, mountains, many more, and I believe that people need once in a lifetime they have to come and visit Sri Lanka. So my main goal is I want Sri Lanka to be the hot place to have international pageant, because I strongly believe that all the contestants, to everyone, they will enjoy Sri Lanka, because when it comes to to leisure industry, we are doing excellent. So I welcome everyone to come and visit once in a lifetime. Come and please visit Sri Lanka. It's a great experience that you all will never forget. And that's my one goal, that I will and I want to have international pageants in Sri Lanka.
Yes, absolutely. And talking to our mutual friend Chitral, he feels the same way. And I definitely have to get to Sri Lanka. I haven't, with COVID, I haven't done much international travel, but now I'm going to be going to England in August, and definitely want to start going back to doing international travel. And I would love to come there and help you do an international
Definitely,
pageant in
Angela.
Sri Lanka.
I
And I
will
agree with
invite
you.
you for
It's
sure.
a, oh, absolutely. I would think it would be so amazing. We could do great things together. And I
Definitely.
like you said, Sri Lanka is a beautiful country. It is. It really is. It's got a lot of heritage behind it. The culture is beautiful. The people are beautiful. So
Exactly.
it's a win-win situation.
Definitely.
It
Yes.
definitely is. And I mean, I feel that pageants empower women. How do you feel about that? Because I think that pageants give women a
Definitely.
platform. How do you feel about that?
Definitely. Pageant, that's so true, Angela, what you said, because today I'm here in this place because of Mrs. World, the pageant what I went through, and I won the crown. Once and when you become a well-known celebrity, people will listen to you, and you can do a lot with this industry. What we are doing, pageant industry, there is a lot we can do, and definitely it's an encouragement for other women as well, and it's like sisterhood that you will face it.
Yes.
And definitely, Angela, you know that also, because you also participate for a pageant, and it's there in your blood, right? You can do so many
Yes.
things.
It is. Pageantry is, and you know what? I tell everyone this. When I was working with the Mrs. Globe organization, and I had won Mrs. New Jersey Globe, and I went out to a nationals, and I was in the top 10. But then I became a director for them, and I was with them when they were in Greece doing the international pageant, the Mrs. Globe pageant. And Tracy Kemble, who happens to be the owner and the director of the Mrs. Globe organization, she always had what was called the Globe Awards, and she would always have people entertained. She would call them Mrs. Award. She heard me sing, and she did not know that I was a singer. And she made me audition. Okay,
Okay.
she did more. Yeah, she did more for my career, and I tell this to women in pageantry. She did more for my career being under 5 years, okay, in all the pageantry, than talent agency did. Even the big talent agencies in New York City. When I was working with her, kind of under her management. I was singing around the world. Okay, there was a place that I had not been to that I wasn't performing. So I tell women all the time, even if you don't win the crown, you are still a winner going in to that pageant. And you never know what doors it's going to open up. I mean, look at Gal Gadot. she went into Miss Universe. She didn't win, but now she's Wonder Woman. Okay. And she's making movies. She was just in Death on the Nile. So you never know where that is going to take you. Okay. And I think it's a lot of people get very misconstrued or don't understand what we do in pageantry. So it's great what you're doing right now, and that you have two nonprofit groups to show that you just not only were on the stage, even after your title, you're still empowering women and trying to help your country.
That's so true. Adding to what you said, I want to also add that beauty pageant is not only skin deep. Most of them think beauty pageants is skin deep, but it's beyond that. It's an empowerment platform that you can empower so many women, and you can encourage them. You can be an example. So there is more and more and more to add in this pageant industry. So I am blessed, and I know definitely you're also blessed getting into this industry limelight to perform, and having that experience is the great experience ever in your life.
It is. And what would you tell? I mean, because you do for young women, and you coach. I've seen that you've coached them. Anybody that wants to get into a pageant, what exactly would you tell them? Because there's a lot of girls that want to get in, but they're skeptical. So what words of encouragement would you tell a girl that wants to get into a pageant?
So I would always say that whoever wants to join or get into a pageant, first they need to do a background check and check the pageant in whatever pageant, if they're doing in a transparency, and if they will have a fair stage for each and every contestant. And definitely you need to check about the national director, and if they're doing it in a correct way, because when you get into the pageant industry, you will be spending your time, effort, everything. So make sure that time and effort will not waste, because the stage need to be fair for each and every contestant. And definitely not to give up. Once everything, the main checklist is done, then comes the next level, that grab the opportunity and don't give up.
Exactly. That's what I always say. You always have to check background of the pageant, even the pageant director, know exactly what opportunities that lie ahead, where it's going to take you. And then once you've done the background check, then definitely get involved. You know what to do and what their platforms are. And it's so funny because I see so many pageants out there, and a lot of them advertise a big prize package. And when girls want to join my pageant, I always tell them, look, I have a big prize package for you, but what does that mean? Look at the opportunities and the doors that we've opened up. I mean, I've become doctor. I've started vision series. I've got one girl right now that's top model. She's going to be next week. We have a big show coming up where she's going to be working top model. So these are the opportunities okay. I mean, I can hand anybody a check, but then that's it. Okay. And one thing that I do, okay, is that I try to be with my girls every step of the way. I'm a director and an owner that gets involved, because if I don't get involved, I just don't want them to go out there, because there's so many people that will approach them and they could tell them anything, and it's leading them down the wrong path. So what I do, point to, if I can, I am with them almost everywhere that they go, so that if someone approaches back to me, because I'll let you know if I think it's legitimate there. So you're 100% correct. You always have to check the background of a pageant to know involved and where they're going to go.
Exactly. That's so true.
So
because end of the day, everyone needs to have a fair stage. That's all.
Besides, exactly. So besides your two other nonprofit groups, and I know work, some of the other things that you have planned, what are the future goals?
Definitely, I do have future plans. Like, I was working internship in O&M, Ogilvy International Advertising Agency. I was internship for 6 months. I went there to learn, definitely, because when you do something or when you have your own business, even my empowerment brands like Chata and Podikade, to it's always important you need to learn like what exactly like how you like brand strategy to communicating with the clients to creative to know that the basic things you before I do something I always like to learn. So that's why I was there for 6 months in Ogilvy O&M in Sri Lanka, Colombo. I got a really good training. So thanks to who gave me the opportunity, and also I have do my future plans for my business. So looking forward for it since I got the training, and I hope in the future that y'all be able to see exactly what I'll be going to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just love what you do. And like, you come to the States, we definitely can promote you with the things that you do. There's magazines, there's modeling agency, business opportunities. There's definitely a lot. Um, you know, not too long ago, I was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award from President of the United States and the Vice President for empowering
Wow.
women. And I was
Congratulations.
very honored to get that. Thank you. I was very honored to get that. I was told it's one of the highest awards that you can get here in the United States. But, by me getting that award, that is something that I would like to see a lot of women in the world that you do, women be recognized by people that are out there. And again, like I said, people just don't understand pageantry. They just think that we get on a stage and we're there in a gown and a bathing suit and that's it. But it goes beyond that.
Exactly.
I've seen a lot of pageant
Exactly.
women like yourself work very, very hard and try to make a statement and try to make a difference. And you're definitely
Definitely.
making a difference. Yeah. And
Thank
just
you.
fact that, I mean, when you won the title of Mrs. World, how many years was it that a Sri Lankan woman had won that title? I think it was quite a while.
Yeah, 35 years. After 35 years.
Wow, 35 years. Well, it's just like right now with Miss Universe and even my girl Shaka from India who won Miss International World. It was the first time for our organization that India won, but it was 23 years that India had actually won a title in Miss Universe. So I
Exactly.
was real because normally in Miss Universe, the Latin countries dominate. I'm happy to see that this time India and a lot of the European countries were dominating in the top 10 and the top 5. So that's an amazing, that was great after 35 years. So evidently, and we know that you were very special. So you won that
Thank
title.
you.
That is just an amazing accomplishment.
Thank you so much, Angela. It's definitely hard work
Yeah.
and the spirit of not giving up and definitely confidence. So that's the main thing. If you have that, you can conquer whatever you can. So as long as what whatever challenge you face, it's about not giving up and being strong and facing the challenges with those situations that makes you more stronger. So that's what exactly happened to me.
Yeah, exactly. It does. It's made me a lot stronger too. Um, and as I said, I definitely want to work with you and build Sri Lanka and build an international pageant there,
Thank you.
so that every year we can have a girl from Sri Lanka come into Miss International World. And as I said, we have a few titles. We have Miss International World, Miss International Global. We even have a classic division for women 31 and over. We have a petite division. And we also have our supermodel division for women that really want to pursue a modeling career. Okay, because we work right along with Supermodels Unlimited magazine. So there's a lot of opportunities for women coming from Sri Lanka. And that's what I tell people when you come into this international world, it's just one title. We have several titles that you can win. So we do that so that there's opportunities for every woman that come in. And as I said, when these girls come on stage and they come into my pageant, the first thing I tell them, you are all winners. There's 7 crowns. Okay. But everyone is a winner because, again, you've just set your own platform, you've opened the door, and now you've got a world of opportunities to explore. So I hope you agree with me on that.
I totally agree on you. It's not about the crown only. It's about the achievement and
No,
how that you, when moment you come there, everyone is equal. It's not about the crown. It's about the achievement, how hard you can, how hard you face it, and how hard you compete. It's not easier to compete. It's a different nationality. So everyone is winner. That's what I also totally agree. So you need to have the purpose and the
and
value.
I've
That's
got
the
a
main
personal,
goal.
I've got a personal question for you. How is it you manage to, every time I see you, how is it you manage to always stay so beautiful? What is your beauty secret?
Staying happy and staying positive, that's the main thing. So main thing is inner beauty is much more important than the outwards beauty. So I always stay positive. Like I said, I stay positive and try, I stay happy. That's the thing. Our life is short, so we need to grab the maximum opportunity, do good, and stay stay happy.
Exactly. That's it. That's my philosophy in life. Stay happy, no matter what happens. And I'm the type of person, I will always say, you know what? If something tragic does happen, I say to myself, okay, I'm here today. Now what am I going to do to get myself out of it? So I start putting a smile on my face and I start thinking and say, okay, I'll get out of this no matter what. Right? And I think what turned my life around, and I've said this many times years ago when COVID hit really bad, and before there was vaccines or any viral medicine.
Yeah.
My cousin, I'm a cousin, and we grew up together. We were like sisters. And when she got COVID, and it was Sunday, and I was talking to her, not prepared for what I was hearing and what I was even seeing, because I did a FaceTime with her. And that totally changed my life around. And I'll never forget my husband saying to me, when it hits home, when it gets close to home, and yourself or a family member, something happens, you're going to change how you view life. No truer words were ever spoken because I have totally changed my whole outlook on life. I think of things differently now because I almost lost someone that was very dear to me. Thank God she's okay. She pulled out. And now I always did cherish life, but every day that I'm up, I cherish life more and more. And my positive thinking, and like you said, be happy. So when I get up in the morning, if my 2 feet are going on the ground, I put that smile on my face and say, you know what? The day begins and life begins again. So that was great. You
Exactly.
just gave me great advice. Smile and stay
Thank you.
happy. I'm going to follow that. That was, and now I know why you stay so beautiful all the time. You're happy. So, but I will tell you, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. You can't imagine how thrilled I was when you said you would be on the show because you are one lady
Thank
that
you.
is beautiful inside and out. You've had great accomplishments. You've given great advice, even self. I am so with this one particular that with the scarves, okay, because it'll make women feel happy, whether it's a fashion statement or whether they're going through something medical in their life. So you keep doing what you're doing. I want to welcome you to the Miss International World Pageant in October. We are definitely going to get you here. It's going to be a pleasure to have you in the United States. It's going to be a pleasure to have you as a judge. And it's going to be a pleasure to have you mentor a lot of our
Thank you
ladies.
so much.
And
Thank you
I
for
am going to
inviting
see
me. Thank
my
you.
to come on. So anytime that you want to come, God World Your Runway, this is your stage, but it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. And I know I'm going to be speaking more soon. And again, anything you need, you can reach out to me. And thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on our show.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, Angela. And I'm so excited to meet you physically and to meet you and spend more time and get to know about you a lot more, and I'm so excited also. So being coming to your pageant as a judge and mentor, I'm so excited to meet all the contestants. So wishing all the best to each and everyone. And once again, thank you, Angela. You are such a sweetheart. And thank you for inviting me. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So, as they say, peace and love. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, and we'll see you again.
You too. See you.
Thank you. Well, there you have it, my friends. Another beautiful guest on Make Our World Your Runway, Caroline Jurie, who was Mrs. World 2019. And we're going to welcome her to the Miss International World Pageant. And as always, next week we'll have another special guest. And thank you for tuning in and Make Our World Your Runway your success. See you soon.
But for any reason